Hey friends, it's time for class!
Da 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 do 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 da 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 do do
All right.
da 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 do do do
Hey
da da
now.
da 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 do do Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
You might learn a ton.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
It's interesting too.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
And he's super cool.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
Yummy, 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 we're gonna talk about food in your tummy! Hot dogs are my favorite food. All right, friends, I'm gonna start talking a little bit about chemistry, and we'll come back to this, but there are 5 chemicals that are essential to life. The ones, though, that we're gonna concentrate on are the ones you find in food. You're probably familiar with carbs, lipids, and proteins. And all of those chemicals are found in food. Actually, to be honest, all of these chemicals, including they're found in food. But what makes these 3 special is that they can actually be smashed to make ATP, right? Magnus can take them and
Smash!
them. All right, so these are the 3 energy molecules that are found in food. We call them fats or lipids, proteins, and the carbs. And one thing Magnus can do is if you give him any one of these, he can
Smash!
We call these guys organic molecules, which is different than in the supermarket where organic means something like, I don't know how they're fertilized. But in chemistry, if it's organic, it has these three atoms in it: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. And the 3 organic molecules that you can get energy out of are the carbs, the proteins, and the lipids. Now, in the United States, they actually tell you how much energy is in food by telling you the calories is a measure of energy in food. It's kind of like a measure of how much ATP you can get out of there, all right? Not exactly the same, but that's a good analogy. And by law in the United States, they have to tell you every time you eat something that you buy, you have to be told by the Food and Drug Administration has to tell you how much energy is in there. And then actually they have to break the energy down into the different, see, it tells you how much fat, carbohydrates, and protein are in there too. Okay, cholesterol, sodium are other nutrients, and then of course there's vitamins and minerals and other things too. But all right, and to be honest, let's see, fats have the most bang for the buck. There's more energy in a fat, well, like one molecule of fat, than there is in the other two. Carbohydrates and proteins have about the same amount of energy stored in each of them. Okay, if you want to know how much energy you need, right? That there's kind of a rule of thumb that the typical person needs like 2,000 calories, but you can always find a calorie. Like I did this calorie calculator. So I'm male. I'm about 5 feet 11 inches. I'm weighing in at this corner at a whopping 200 pounds. And 51 years young, Mr. Kovac, and when I hit calculate, it tells me that I need, just to stay alive, the minimum number of calories I need is 1,867 calories per day to stay alive. Now, I can eat those, or if I can't find something to eat today, I might take some of that out of storage. Does that make sense, right? But I pretty much eat every day. And so really, if I just wanted to keep things going, I would eat this many calories. If I eat more than this many calories, I will tend to store the extra calories as fat molecules somewhere in my body, usually right around my belly. All right, so. And now for some breaking news. This is what bothers me. I mean, look at this product. 5 hour energy. 5-hour energy, right? Like, let's say the typical person needs 2,000 calories a day. If there's 24 hours in one day, that means you need to use 83 calories every hour. You look at the nutrition label of 5-hour energy. There are only 15 calories, right? In order to give you 83 calories times 5 hours, you should have 417 calories. There are only 15 calories. 5-hour energy only has it should be called 11-minute energy. It's misleading. False advertising. I think they just call it energy because it's got a lot of caffeine in it, which is a stimulant, which makes you feel alert, but doesn't actually give you energy to use.
That has been some breaking news. Thank you. And back to our regular program.
All right, so what we need to know today is that there are 3 fuels that you can smash for energy. There are the carbs, the lipids, and the proteins. Okay, and you can do cellular respiration with all of those. And of course, those all happen with Magnus, the mitochondria. All right. Let me come back here for a minute. Let's see. When you eat food, carbohydrate is Magnus's first choice. First choice. It's the easiest for him to break, so he will always choose it first. Now, of course, carbohydrates come in different ways in food. You got starchy things, right, like potatoes and breads and stuff.
Sup, yo?
Sugary things, like the sweet thing. And then fibrous things that have a lot of cellulose in them. Actually, we usually never digest those.
Bummer.
Those usually go right through. Okay. Magnus's second choice to smash are called the lipids. So think of lipids as things that are fats or oily or waxy. Those are lipidy. And again, we don't really have the enzymes to digest waxes.
Total bummer, man.
But we can digest fats and oils. Fats, we'll talk more about them later, but the saturated ones are the ones that are like at room temperature. They don't lose their shape.
That's totally me, eh?
Unsaturated ones are the ones that are more oily.
Hey, playa.
And then finally, the third choice of fuel is protein. Protein, of course, is found in almost every food you eat, right? But it's very, these are probably the foods where you find it the highest amount.
That's right, man. A lot of protein here, buddy.
Meats, of course, muscle tissue, dairy, so anything made out of milk or milk and eggs, I guess. Legumes, so those are things like beans. The darker green the vegetables are, the more protein that's in them. And then if you're going to eat grains, whole grains have more protein. So, like if you eat like a quinoa or like brown rice, will have more protein in than, let's say, a white rice.
Us green vegetables got lots of protein too, man. Don't forget about us, man.
Now, of course, we don't like to use proteins for energy for a couple of reasons, right? But proteins are usually used in your bodies to do these things. And we're gonna talk way more about them as we go, okay? Energy is only like Magnus will smash proteins, but when he does, he gets an extra waste product called ammonia. Ammonia is the waste product, and that's very toxic.
Bad news, brah.
In fact, the job of your kidneys is to filter ammonia out of your blood. So, right, the blood comes into the kidney. It goes through these little tubules where the ammonia is filtered out and sent to your bladder, and then you pee. That's why pee smells like ammonia. All right, so today, let's see. What I want you to know today that there are 3 chemicals that can be smashed for energy. They're all found in food. There are the carbs, the lipids, the fatty, oily things, and of course, proteins. When you smash them, you get ATP and you get 2 waste products, water and carbon dioxide. Right? It doesn't matter which one you smash. Okay? The only difference is if you smash proteins, you get the extra toxic waste product of ammonia.
Bad news, brah.
Magnus likes to
Smash!
carbohydrates first. They're the easiest for him to do. He will not start
Smash!
fats until after all of the available carbohydrates have been, and he won't start
Smash!
proteins until he's run out of available fats and carbohydrates. So there you have it, folks.
Smash!